Hey, everybody. Got my friend Nick here who has 20,000 followers on YouTube.
Not that
Um,
many.
well, his videos that I watch,
5,500.
20,000 likes. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
And he did a majority of his GCI last year on YouTube. So super excited. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for being with me today. And super excited to learn everything that you have to offer.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Nick's in Myrtle Beach. So he is my literally. I don't go into South Carolina, so we go right up to the South Carolina border, and then Nick takes over at that point. So
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. And I don't go into North Carolina. So.
Which makes a really good referral partner.
Yes. Very
Awesome.
cool.
So take it away. Tell us about YouTube.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, YouTube has been my main lead source for the last few years now. I've pretty much built my entire business on YouTube. I think
That's
I have
incredible.
Yeah, like maybe 5,500 subscribers right now. Some of my videos have gotten up into the 20,000 views. And yeah, I got into real estate, I think 7 years ago. This might be my 8th year now, and was struggling for a little bit until I found YouTube and kind of figured that out. And I've kind of turned that into a lead generation machine. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I always like to start off by saying why I like video. And the main reason is I think it's super powerful to help share your personality, right? Because we all know that people like to work with us because they know us, they like us, and they trust us, right? That's what everybody says. And I think video is the only tool that helps us to check off all of those boxes, all 3 of those boxes all at once before you even ever talk to somebody.
You're right, because they already know who you are before they call you.
Yep, exactly. And that was super important to me because I am a little bit more shy. I'm a little bit more reserved, and I'm not going to go out there to like networking events and be the loudest person in the room and get in front of everybody. So I had to find something that kind of worked for me, and video was definitely that thing. So it helps to share your personality. It helps you to communicate ideas effectively. It's really easy for consumers, customers, clients to consume information that they're trying to learn about your area. And again, all of those things just kind of group together to get people to feel like they know you. So I think video is very, very powerful.
That's awesome. And when we had talked before, you said there's consistency, right? You have to put out one. Tell me what your logic is on this. What, one video a week? And your particular one goes out Tuesdays at 4. Is that accurate?
Yeah, Tuesdays at 4. I post one video a week. With YouTube likes consistency. So that's definitely one of the most powerful things you can do with YouTube. It's not going to jump off immediately, right? So when I started posting videos, it was December 2020, January 2021 is when I posted my first video about like Myrtle Beach. I got my first lead in April or May of 2021. I didn't close my first deal until October, November of that year. But
So
by the
part
end
of it is don't give up, give it time to catch
yes,
on.
yes. But by the end of that year, I had closed 10 from YouTube. So first one in October, November, and then another 9 before the year ended.
Wow.
So yeah, definitely.
And then last year, what, like 30, 20? It was
Yes.
a big percentage.
So I did 30 deals last year, and 19 of them were from YouTube directly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's not including other referrals I got from YouTube, repeats from YouTube. If you count those, probably more like 24, 25 from YouTube.
And then what about the length of the video? So consistency, so do one a week, the same time, same day. And then what about the length of the videos for YouTube?
So that's going to vary. I see people who are doing similar things with me. They're all across the board. My videos average probably around 10 minutes. So I have some that are 5 or 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 12, 15. I have a few that are 20 minutes. The biggest thing is whatever you start with, you kind of want to stay around that same range, because that's one of those YouTube metrics is your watch time per video. So, you know, on average, kind of a good rule of thumb is you want on average people watching about 50% of your video, but then it takes that and then compares it to your other videos. So if you have a 10-minute video and we're saying on average people are watching for 5 minutes, that's a good video. Now you make only a 5-minute video and people get halfway through, your average watch time is only 2.5 minutes, and YouTube sees that as less than ideal.
So it makes sense. The timing is important too.
But it doesn't always have to be like perfect. Like I think the last video I put out was only 6 minutes long, and
But just on average, just something to give somebody like a matrix to go through. And then topics. What do you talk about on YouTube? Like, what do you find people are into watching? Like, I guess, how does YouTube change from other platforms?
Yeah. So the biggest thing with YouTube, and this is why I prefer YouTube over like Facebook or Instagram, is YouTube's a search engine, right? So you want to be creating searchable content. So that's really the important thing, right? A lot of people are coming to YouTube to learn and research a specific topic. And then, if you're providing valuable information, those are going to become loyal subscribers. They're going to come back to you week after week to watch what you're putting out. So what is searchable content, right? Neighborhood tours, especially for big relocation areas, right? What do different neighborhoods look like? What do different towns look like? What do the price points look like in those towns, right? So I do a lot of home tours, but it's not, hey, this is 123 Main Street. Look how amazing this house is. It's what you can get for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in Myrtle Beach, in Murrells Inlet, in North Myrtle Beach, in Conway. So people can kind of see the different home that they can get in different areas. You also want to talk about like hot topics that your clients are asking you all the time. So a big thing here in South Carolina, we have 2 different tax rates, whether it's a primary residence or a second home, right? So that's always a hot topic whenever I post a video about property taxes, because it's like 3 times the amount for a second home. Oh, wow. And people don't really realize that. And also when you research it, when you Google it, it's going to tell you for a primary residence, you're going to pay 4% taxes. And for a second home, it's 6% taxes. But that's not the full calculation, right? There's also millage rates involved for each town, and that's going to lower that a little bit, right? You're not paying 4% of your property value. The average effective tax rate for a primary home is 0.4%. So that's information that I'm giving out to people on YouTube. And so, the questions people are asking: neighborhood tours, community tours, home tours, as long as you do them the right way.
Yeah, so not about the exact house, because your mass people aren't looking for that, looking more, like you said, neighborhood or price point. And then are you doing these professionally? Or you have enough photographer or videographer come and do those videos for you?
I am not. So I do everything myself. I used to just use my iPhone for the longest time for all my videos. So I have different videos. Some people only do sit down videos like this where they're in the office talking about things, and they're popping up other videos and B-roll and slideshows and things like that. Some people like to go out and film on the site that they're talking about. I do both. I like to change it up. So I would either set up my phone on a tripod, or I would, just carry my phone and walk around and film myself. I've since upgraded, so I have a bunch of different tools now. I have a dedicated camera for where I'm doing my office videos. I have a 360 camera for when I'm doing like neighborhood tours. I put this up on the roof of my car. It films in all directions, and then I can kind of go around and kind of pick the angle when I'm editing the video.
What was that?
This is an Insta360. So this films in every single direction. So it's really cool for like the driving tours, because it's not just facing one direction. So when you go in and edit this video, you can pick, like, if you're driving by something cool, you can change the angle instead of just looking straight ahead.
How do you attach it to your roof?
So I don't have it with me. I have it in my car, but it's called a friction arm. So you can get it on Amazon for like $20-$30.
I'm learning from you, Nick. I'm taking notes.
Yeah. So you'll clamp it to your car, and then you can kind of move around the angles. And
very cool. Very cool. So then you just take that, download it, and then upload it at YouTube, and it's done.
Yeah. So so I do all my own videos, all the filming. Now I do have an editor that helps me. I used to edit all my own videos, but that definitely takes the longest. So, I'll take the footage. If I have to talk over it, like the driving tours, I'm not talking while I'm doing the driving tour. I'll talk over that after, and then I'll send it to my editor. He'll kind of chop it up, add an intro and an outro, and then I'll upload it. So.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think of what we talked about the other day. Any other good tidbit that you need to know before you start your YouTube channel? You did say about using keywords everywhere.
Yep. So we talked about kind of the content, how to film it a little bit. And then the big thing is, how are you going to get the most out of YouTube? So there's a few questions I always like to ask with every video. How are people going to find your videos? Why will they click on your video? Why will they continue to watch your video? And then how will they reach out to you? So how will they find your videos? This is really important, and it's even more important now than ever, because more and more people are starting to use YouTube. There's more and more videos. When I first started YouTube as a real estate agent, there wasn't a lot of people doing what I'm doing. There was a few. I'm not the first one to do it. I learned from others, but now there's a lot more doing it. Mm-hmm. So you need to be using keywords to fuel your videos. So this is going to be in your titles and your descriptions. And what keywords are, they're the searchable terms, right? When somebody's researching Myrtle Beach, for example, they're typing in Myrtle Beach real estate, Myrtle Beach homes for sale. What are the best areas to live in Myrtle Beach? Those are all search terms. And you can use different tools. Keywords everywhere is one that you mentioned. I used that for a really long time. I still use it to kind of test out video titles and keywords for descriptions. You can use TubeBuddy. You can use one that I've started using is vidIQ. And these are all tools where they're going to help you create titles for your video. Now, you want to be doing this research before you make the video. You don't want to make a video and then you're like, oh, shoot, there's nobody searching for this specific topic. You want to do research beforehand. You're going to take some of your top keywords and you're going to use those in your title. You're going to take secondary keywords. You're going to pepper those in throughout your description. You want it to sound natural, but you want search terms to pop up. It's basically like SEO for YouTube, right? Like how do your websites pop up when somebody Googles Wilmington real estate? You're doing SEO on your website so that Google knows, like, hey, you're talking about these topics on your website. Same thing with YouTube. Then why will people click on your videos? This is going to be your thumbnail, right? So you don't want to just take a still of you driving through the neighborhood and make that your thumbnail. You want to create something that's a little bit captivating and eye-catching. So you want to make it look nice. You want to edit it. I personally still make all my own thumbnails because I like to be a little bit creative. That's a lot easier for me than editing a video. It doesn't take as long, doesn't take as much brain power.
Do you just do that with Canva, Nick, your thumbnails?
I don't use Canva. That's the easiest tool to use if you don't really know what you're doing. It's the easiest to learn. I use a program called Pixelmator Pro, which is kind of like Photoshop for your Mac. Yeah, that's what's going to kind of grab people to click on your video. And there's people that can do that too. Like if you're going to outsource the editing, you can also outsource the thumbnails if that's not something you want to do. The next question.
So then you've got your keywords. That's how they're going to find you. You're going to have a catchy thumbnail. That's why they're going to click on you. Why are they going to continue to watch?
Yep. So why they're going to continue to watch is the valuable information, right? A lot of people make the mistake when they're making videos. I see this in listing videos. I see this in informational videos. People turn on the camera and they say, hey, I'm Nick Paolozzi with Remax Southern Shores, and I sold however many homes last year, and this is why I'm the best agent. And 5 minutes into the video, they're like, okay, this is what we're going to talk about today. People are tuned out. They're gone. They're not watching the video. You want to provide the valuable info. The hook is the most important thing. So on a YouTube video that's 10 minutes long, your first 30 seconds, what are you talking about? What's the promise? What are people going to get out of this video? That's all you want to talk about. Then you can introduce yourself the next 30 seconds. Keep it quick, 30 seconds. Hey, I'm Nick. I'm a real estate agent. This is what this channel is about. So make sure you subscribe because I post videos every single week. This is what you're going to get. If you're thinking about moving to the area, this is a call to action. If you're thinking about moving to the area, the first link in the description is how you can reach out to me. Okay, great. Now let's get into the topic. Then the rest of the video is all just useful information. So that way they're going to continue to watch. One really good type of video that you can create that really keeps people watching is called like a listicle. So top 7 neighborhoods, top 7 reasons people are moving to this area, top 7 features in a home, et cetera, right? Because it's a list that people can follow along. You can say, hey, the best ones, I'm saving the best one for last. Make sure you stick around. So list videos always do very well.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And then anything else that we need to know to make us successful on YouTube?
Yeah. So you want people to reach out to you, right? This is a very passive way to get leads, right? You're not calling, you're not door knocking, you're not in front of somebody trying to convince them to use you as their agent, right? You want to, again, prove yourself through the content, but then you want people to reach out. So that's going to be the call to action. I mentioned it once in the beginning of the video and once at the end of the video. And again, it's just like, hey, if you're thinking about moving to the area, again, I'm a real estate agent. Go ahead and use the first link down in the description. I used to pop up my email address on the screen. I used to pop up my phone number. That started to get out of control with the number of leads I was getting, and I couldn't keep track, right? So now I use a Calendly link. So they'll go in the description, they'll click that, they'll answer a few questions. They'll schedule a time to speak with me on my calendar. That will automatically, I use Zapier to get that zapped over to my CRM. This way, all the answers to their questions, their phone number, their email, their name gets all saved in my CRM. And then they pop up on my calendar when they schedule the call.
I love it. Wow, that's nice. And it's nice how you link it all up and then it ends up back at your CRM and then end of it. That's nice. I'd used Zapier in the past and I need to get back into it. That's an excellent way to use it.
Yep. It's really easy to use. Most of your big CRMs are going to be in there. Calendly's in there. So it makes it super easy. So what I collect when they click that link is their name, their phone number, their email address. I ask them where they heard about me because I do have Calendly in other places. So it's a drop down: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, friend or family referred, whatever. And then I have a mandatory box where they have to fill out some information where it just says, hey, tell us about your plans. And I get anything from, I want to move to Myrtle Beach with like no punctuation, no capitalizations, anything, to literal paragraphs. And you can tell the people that have been watching you for a long time and they've been planning their move and they're excited because they will literally tell you everything: their kids' names, how many years they've been visiting Myrtle Beach, what they do for jobs, when they're retiring. Like, I get everything before I even get on a call with these people.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So there's really no excuse, because what I'm hearing, it's free. You're doing it yourself. You can use anything from your phone to a fancy camera, and it's just about consistency, doing it the same day, the same time, and continuing to do it, making sure you put your link in there, use keywords, long and short keywords.
Yeah. And I mean, I could go in depth for an hour about keywords. There's a lot of great videos on YouTube where you can learn more about it. Karen Carr is a great one to learn from, who specifically talks about YouTube for real estate agents. A resource that I love that's free on YouTube, that's just YouTube in general, how YouTube works. The best way to use YouTube is Think Media. They'll teach you how to edit videos. They'll teach you about making thumbnails. They'll teach you about doing keywords, titles, descriptions. They'll tell you about all the changes that are happening in YouTube, what types of videos to create. So Think Media is a great resource. It's not real estate focused, it's YouTube focused, but a really great resource.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
Or learn about it. Wow. I'm gonna have to go check it out. Anything up to wrap it up, Nick? Anything last standing words for the viewers out there? And if anybody has any questions, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. If you have questions, let me know, or let us know. We talked about the hook. We talked about the content. We talked about not introducing ourselves immediately. I think it's important. I script all my videos because I don't want to ramble on. I'm somebody, I've probably already done it a few times today. If I'm not reading my script, I'm going to go off on a tangent, or I'm going to repeat myself 15 times. You want your videos to be engaging. Some people are really natural at that and they can just do it. Me personally, I have to script my videos. And what that used to look like was I'd write it out on a piece of paper. I'd set up my camera. I'd look down. I'd read the first 3 lines. I'd memorize it. I'd look up the camera. I'd say next 3 lines. And I'd go back and forth. It would take me like an hour to film the video. Then I came across a program called Descript. So DE Script. Where it has an AI tool where it can fix your eyes. So I would set up my camera, and just below it, I'd set up my computer, kind of like how I have it now. And I would read the script on my computer. So I'm still facing the camera, just my eyes are looking down. And then I'd run it through the video through Descript before I edit it, or send it off to my editor, and it would fix my eyes. So now my eyes are looking back up at the camera. Yeah, so that definitely helps. It took me from taking an hour to film a video, a sit-down video, to 10 minutes to film a 10-minute video, because I was literally just reading the script. Now I'm using a teleprompter because I've upgraded a little bit, and I just want to take steps out. I want to be able to film the video and send it off. I don't want to have to do other stuff on the back end before I do that. So now I have the teleprompter. That takes a little bit of practice to get used to. So now it takes me 20 or 30 minutes to film a video, but once I get good at that, it'll be film a 10-minute video to take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, very important to keep it engaging. We talked about how people will reach out with Calendly. We talked about some of the tools. Big thing is audio. We didn't really talk about audio. Your phone is plenty good for the video. Like, the quality is amazing. It's super easy to use. I use a camera now. The quality is a little bit better when you know how to use it. When I first got this, I had no idea how to use it. My phone looked better. So it took a lot of practice and figuring out how to get that done. But audio is super important, because people will watch a video that's grainy, where the lighting's not good. But if it hurts their ears, they're not going to watch it. So you want to make sure you get at least a decent microphone. You can go on Amazon. You can buy a lapel microphone that hooks up to your shirt for $20. $30, you plug it right into your phone, and that will help a lot, especially if you're out filming out in public and you're outside and it's windy. You want something that's going to help block the wind a little bit.
Very good. Then we've got Eric said, do they have YouTube for seniors? Eric, if I can figure it out, you can figure it out.
Yes. Yeah. There's I don't know how old Eric is, but
at least 102. I'm just thinking, I think he's early 60s, I think.
I see a lot of people in their 50s, 60s, 70s on YouTube absolutely crushing it. You can definitely figure it out. And the best resource to learn everything is YouTube. It's all free. So
yeah, that's awesome. So follow you. What's he says not as old as Renee is. Somebody else says Eric 61. So got a lot of banter. I love the banter.
Oh yeah.
What is your YouTube handle? How can we find you, Nick?
Yeah. So my YouTube channel is called Life in Myrtle Beach. I'm not really sharing anything on there that's good for agents. If you want to go through there and kind of see how I do things, you can go ahead and do that. If you'd like to reach out, though, my Instagram is just nick.paolozzi. My Facebook is Nick Paolozzi. You can find me there, message me there, chat with me. I'm always happy to chat with YouTube if anybody's wanting to learn.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Nick took about 45 minutes a couple of weeks ago and gave me the walk down. That's when I was like, okay, wonderful. When can we roll this out to everybody else? So I appreciate your time, Nick.
Yeah, definitely. Always happy to help.
Yeah. Well, it was wonderful. Now tell me one thing, video ID, IQ. What does that do? The vid.
Yeah,
IQ.
so vidIQ does a little bit of everything. So it helps you with your keywords. It's going to help you with thumbnail ideas, helps with description, There's also some tabs in there that will help with research. So you can type in some of the keywords you're searching. So like Myrtle Beach real estate, it will pull up other videos that are similar to what you're researching. It'll kind of show you the ones that have outperformed compared to other videos on their channel. For example, like we mentioned, I have some videos that have gotten 20,000 views. Those are outlier videos for me. Not all my videos get 20,000 views. It didn't do that overnight. There's some of my oldest videos on my channel. It took years to build up those views. Most of my videos get between 500 to 2,500 views. So like those 20,000 view videos are outliers. So if somebody goes into vidIQ and types in Myrtle Beach real estate, it'll show those videos as outliers, that they're doing 10, 15, 20 times better than my average video. And you can watch that video, kind of analyze it, break it down, look at the title, look at the thumbnail, see what they're doing, and kind of create your own thing off of that to kind of, or hopefully try to replicate those results.
Oh, I love it. So then the vidIQ just helps you with the ideas and the content.
Yeah, it's kind of like Keywords Everywhere, but Keywords is just for the keyword research. vidIQ does that and then does a lot of other stuff as well to kind of help you organize, plan your ideas, come up with, like I can take my keywords that I typed into Keywords Everywhere, I can make a title, and then vidIQ will give me a score out of 100. So, and then like, so it'll give me, like, I just posted a video last week that had like an 85 out of 100. And it gave me a few ideas to make it like a 95 out of 100. So it's just a few words that were tweaked to make it a little bit better.
Nice. So you put it in there before you put it on YouTube?
Yeah. Well, no, you attach it to your YouTube, you upload it before it goes live. They're kind of connected. So
okay.
Yeah, you can actually see it if you're using Google Chrome right on your YouTube studio back page. It'll kind of give you ideas, but then you can also pull up vidIQ and it gives you like way more metrics. Okay. I'm honestly not using Keywords Everywhere as much as I was. I'm just using vidIQ now. So
nice. I'm gonna have to go check out vidIQ.
Yeah.
And Eric's sitting over here being silly. He's my friend, but I'm not taking ages off him. He's got a wife and children for that.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyway, well, Nick, thank you so much for your time. This is awesome. I'm going to get on vidIQ. I've not heard of that one, and play around with it. And I'm sure I'll be calling you in a few days asking questions.
Yeah, that one's pretty new to me as well. So I'm still learning it, but it's pretty simple. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about it. Think Media does a lot of videos on vidIQ. So
okay, awesome. So then you said you link YouTube and vidIQ together?
Yeah. Yeah. So when you first sign up for a vidIQ account, it'll ask you for your YouTube page. So you'll kind of link that together, put it in, and it'll pull everything. And it pulls all your old videos too, right? So I can go back to my old videos and kind of see how I can optimize those.
Nice. And then with the optimization, is that just more of like a description and title rather than the actual video? Are you having to recreate the videos? I guess.
No, yeah, the video won't be recreated. But yeah, title and description are the big things. You can change them right on vidIQ. It'll automatically change it on YouTube. And then, thumbnail, you can manually do that. It's kind of hard to change the video after you upload it. But the things you can change are title, description, and thumbnail.
Okay. Well, fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, this is all excellent information. I really appreciate your time, Nick.
Yeah. Like I said, always happy to share. I love talking about YouTube. And it seriously has been super powerful for my business. And the only thing that I did different than anybody else, I just started doing it. I know a lot of people are afraid to get on video. I was the same way. My first 5 or 6 videos took me 4 or 5 hours to film.
Wow.
I was in a 1-bedroom apartment. I didn't have an office like I do now at my house. So I'd wait till everybody left our office. We had a little filming studio set upstairs in our Remax office. I would wait till everybody left. It'd be like 8 o'clock at night. I'd be sitting there in the dark with the lights on, blasting on me, and it would take me 5 hours to film a video. And now, like I said, I can knock it out in 20, 30 minutes. So
that's awesome. Yeah. And then Renee wants to know, is it a paid for app?
It is, yes. I don't know how much it is, but it's not that expensive. Maybe $10 or $15 a month at most.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really unaffordable. You really don't have to spend a lot of money on this. like I said, I've started upgrading. I have nice cameras, nice lights, nice microphones, but that all came in time. Really, you can get away with your phone, a light that comes in from your window. You can sit in front of that, and a microphone, and then some of these tools like vidIQ. That's really all you need to start.
See, so no excuses. Get out there and make some videos, right?
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm going to go make me a video tonight before I go back home. If I could do it without coughing, I'm going to try to. Anyway, thank you, Nick. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks.